Hey, you liberal fruitcakes. Happy Liberation Day. Tariffs. Let's talk about it. Today is Liberation Day. What a beautiful day. I know many of you are upset, saying that Trump is ruining our relationship with Europe. Nope. Trump's just renegotiating our relationship with Europe. Now, I've already done a video on tariffs. It's really good. 1.9 million views. Thanks, everybody. Let's synopsize. A tariff is a tax imposed on goods and services imported into a country. Yes, that does mean that the cost of goods and services can go up. Unless a company chooses to eat that cost, or to produce those goods and services in that country, which is what we want. Of course, we want goods and services to come back into the country. We want to be self-reliant, meaning producing all the goods and services we possibly can. But more importantly, because a lot of people think that being self-reliant means that we're going to seclude ourselves from other nations. No! In order to be competitive in those nations' markets. But Europe's been playing a little unfair, right? Because they want access to our market because we are one of the largest consumers in the world while not allowing us to have access to their market. So we're going to simplify this so you guys can understand. You know when you were a kid on Easter or Halloween, you took stock of all the great candy you wanted? Well, sometimes you didn't get the candy that you wanted. And so the deals and trades began. But inevitably, you always had that one friend. I will give you my one candy, but you need to give me two candies. Well, that's not a fair trade, nor is it an equitable market. I give you one candy, you give me one candy. That's fair, right? Well, Europe's been that friend, right? Because they want access to our market, and when we impose tariffs, they start to freak out. But they've been placing tariffs on us for years. Why? Because they don't want us to compete in their market. They want two candies. They want all the benefits of doing business in the United States, taking advantage of our market and the economic stability that the United States brings to the rest of the world, while adding taxes, i.e. tariffs, to goods and services produced by the United States in order to protect their industries, rather than just competing against our industries. Now, a great industry example of this is Harley. My motorcycle friends know the Harley Road Glide. I want one. But in the United States, a road glide will run you about $38,000. Do you know how much it costs in some countries in Europe because of the tariffs and taxes they impose? $77,000 for the same exact bike. Why? Because they have a luxury tax and a VAT tax that negatively impact Harley sales. And that's just motorcycles. Canada does it on our dairy, although they're not receiving any reciprocal tariffs, neither is Mexico. You're welcome. Israel's already talking about removing their tariffs from the United States. My friends in Europe, you guys like to say, our friends overseas. But then you rag on us all the time. Because you don't really like us, you just like what we do for you. And just like that kid whose friend wanted two candies for his one candy, as we grow up as a country, because the United States is a young country, we realized we were being taken advantage of. And that ain't happening anymore. Have a good day!